and welcome to the Drivers Room. This is the Festival of Speed Season 2, Round 3 for Tier 2. Today we're at the Circuit de Saint Croix. This is the C2 layout. Let's head down to the grid and we'll see how it shapes up after qualifying. On pole, running on super softs, we have Mr. Sean. Sean has put the car on pole for 2 races in a row now. He had to pull out some amazing recovery drives there in round 1 and 2 after some bad starts. We'll see if he's got the starts nailed this time and see what he can do from the front. In second, we have Lionessy running on racing softs. Lionessy got the win in round 1 as an independent, missed out on round 2 but has since been signed up with Team Cadbury. I imagine there's been some biscuit bribes coming from Mungino there to get him on board. And in third, running on softs, we have myself. Quite shocked to be up in third after pretty good qualifying for myself there. Best position I've managed so far. Hopefully we'll get some less mistakes that we had in round 1 and 2 and see if we can get our head down and get some good points for Team Firestone. In fourth, continuing his good run of form, we have JC running on super softs. He had another good qualifying for JC, took third in round 2. He'll be looking to carry that on today, starting from fourth. In fifth, we have Coolio running on softs. Had a bit of an action-packed round 2, been involved in a few incidents, but a strong drive got him onto the second step of the podium. He'll be looking to try and replicate that today. In sixth, running on super softs, we have Nightmare Racer. Had a bit of a lonely race in round 2 after some bad luck, being involved in some incidents. Dropped him down to 7th, where he stayed for the rest of the race without seeing another racer. He'd be looking for a little bit more action this time round and a bit better result. In 7th, we have Boss running on super softs. A decent result in round 2. Battling with Jules for most of the race. Hopefully we'll see some more of that action today and some great driving from them pair in round 2. Just as we ask, in 8th we have Jules running on softs. He's right behind his battle partner from round 2, Boss. We'll see if those two can resume battle today and give us some entertainment. In 9th, running on super softs, we have Flapjack. Took 4th in round 2, but seems to had some issues in quali starting from 9th. It's all to do in the race for him today to get that car back up towards the front. And in 10th, we have the second Team Firestorm driver, Jason, starting on softs. He had a DNF in the last round, seemed to be struggling with the RSO1 and its handling or lack thereof. Hopefully he finds it a bit more comfortable today. In 11th, for Team Cadbury, we have Jamie running on softs. Missed round 2, and we'll have a lot of work to do today, starting off from 11th to try and get some points in for his team. We'll see how he gets on. In 12th, we have Monroe running on softs. Strong drive in round 2, running up in the middle of the pack for quite a while, but then just seemed to push his tyres a little bit too far. Suffering from lack of grip in this vehicle isn't fun, so we'll see what he can do today from 12th. And last but not least, we have Ricky J in 13th. He's running on softs. This is Ricky's first appearance in DRFS. He is an independent. We see his familiar covers from the Endurance League for Wrecking Ball Racing. He's certainly one you won't miss during the race. So that's our grid for today's race. Let's get to the action and see how we get on. Okay, so we're ready to get this race underway as the drivers wait for the lights to go out. See if Sean can make a good getaway this time around. And we're away. Sean, that's a better start than last time, but you see me swerving out to miss him. He's still slow getting away. Dropped down to 5th. Up into 4th. Boss ahead of me. Oh! And I've just totally missed my braking point there and hit Boss. Boss has dropped way to the back. You see me just sitting up there waiting. That's a shame. We both had a great start to the race. It's completely my fault. Jump to the front. We have Lionessi out in front. Looking to break away from the pack behind. JC up into 2nd. Nightmare up into 3rd. Bit of a gap back now to Mr. Sean, who's got Jules challenging him. Jules going to look for the switch back to his right-hander. Although Flapjack is right on his tail. Jammy D up into 7th. These guys have battled down this straight. You see Jules breaking out of the slipstream to get past Mr. Sean. Flapjackson trying to follow him through. And does. Sean loses 2 places down that long straight. Although he's not giving Flapjack a minute's pace coming up to the bridge. Tricky right-hander. I see Jules running a bit wide. See if Flapjack get through on the inside. No, he just tucks in behind. Flapjack looking up the inside now. And Sean, oh, Flapjack just loses the back end coming through that little downhill left-hander. That drops him down to 7th. Sean was just making a move on Jules, but got caught out by Flapjack, so he's going to reset and go again. We see Jammy face plants the barrier in the background there. Front left and front damage. He's just ghosted there as Ricky was inside him. Ricky takes the inside line but runs deep. Jammy takes a void in action just to get round Ricky as he recovered from that slide. And we see Jason now going on the outside. Action-packed first lap. You see Boss and myself recovering in the background. Let's take a quick run through the grid and see how it all panned out as we come towards the end of lap 1. So Lionessi, a nice gap now back to JC in 1st. JC in 2nd with Nightmare Racer glued to the back end of his car. Jump on board with Nightmare as he looks to the inside, coming up to the tight left-hander. JC just outbreaks him there, takes the racing line and is away. We kiss on the wall. See Jules now up in the 4th. Pulling away from Mr. Sean, who has Flapjack closing on him. Flapjack and Sean had some great battles through round 1 and 2, and don't look to disappoint today in round 3 as Flapjack takes the inside line in turn 1 and pulls away. Not an easy section there, it's quite fast and flowing. Quite easy to run out wide and collect the barriers. So we got Flapjack in 5th for the moment. That's what Sean looks on the outside, but he's going to be on the outside for the next, leading onto the straight, but he'll have the slipstream. So Sean should pass Flapjack down here. So we've got Flapjack in 5th, Sean in 6th. Jason now in 7th. quite a bit back there, but it's got a bit of a gap back to Jamie D in 8th, with Ricky in 9th. You see Boss in 10th, and myself in 11th. We've got back up after our first corner incident. Worked together quite well, didn't put pressure on each other, just worked on catching up. And Monroe in 12th. Race just Lionesses now to control. So 6-second gap already, with the back two battling. He can just stretch away and set out his stall with his strategy. As long as there's no mistakes, this looks already in the bag for Lionessi. See JC with Jules caught right up there and gone in the mix. He runs a bit wide there. Give JC a chance just to stretch away a little bit. Hopefully he'll be hoping the guys behind start battling so he can run away. There's a bit of a gap now between Jules and Nightmare Racer. And you've also got Flapjack and Mr. Sean catching up now. So we currently have 5 cars all looking for second position at the moment. Jason in a bit of a no man's land by himself in 7th. Jamie D just behind. And you have myself ahead of Boss. Chasing down Jamie D now. Boss trying to stay with me. Monroe in 11th. And Ricky is building some sandcastles. Oh, he spotted Burger Van, one of the two. He's recovering now, getting back going. See how this group is getting on, fighting over second place. Jules is starting to close the gap on JC. He'll have a slipstream down the straight going into turn 1. Still going to be a little bit too far back. Maybe look to make a move on the back straight. Oh, JC just struggling to keep the car on the power coming out to turn 1. So his tyres are a lot better than Jules's, and JC's on the softer compound, so he'll have more grip at this moment in time. You see Jules running a bit wide there, and Nightmare runs wide, like I said a little bit earlier, easy to do on this track. Hit them barriers and it is game over. Gets it straightened up. You see Jason go past into 6th, just drop Nightmare down to 7th. Just promoted Jules up into 3rd. Jules is already in 3rd, sorry. Just trying to get that slipstream to catch JC. As you see Sean and Flapjack side by side. These guys always produce great battles. Flapjack's lots in front of Mr. Sean there. But a bit of a drift mid-corner. Sean's got back up the inside, which is going to be the outside for the right-hander onto the bridge. Maybe try to switch back. He's got the outside for this downhill corner now, so he carries a little bit more speed. It's quite difficult to get past on this section. He just settles in behind now. Maybe look for the start-finish straight, or the straight leading up to one of the final corners to get past. Back out front. Lionessi with no dramas, just nice and steady. No need to push the car to its limit. JC still in second with Jules breathing down his neck, not giving him a moment's peace. And then we still have Flapjack in fourth with Mr. Sean glued to the back end of that Pegasus car. Here Jason giving his tyres some torture through that left-hander. And Nightmare having more issues. He's really torn his tyres up. Could be pitting very shortly. We're only on lap 3. Jammy in 8th with Boss in 9th now. Looks like I've had some sort of incident, as I was ahead of Boss. Monroe in 10th. His tyres are not looking great, as we join me doing some sort of pinball. And we've lost Ricky. You see Jason dive into the pits along with Boss. Nightmare stay down. Boss has come out with a new set of racing super softs. We've also lost Coolio. Missed that there, so we've now lost Coolio and Ricky J. Then just 11 races. And Lioness still nice and calm out front. No reason to panic. No reason to push the car. Still extending the lead out. Last time we checked it was 6 seconds. Thereabouts now. Back to JC. We see the fastest lap by Flapjack so far. So JC in second. Pulling away from Jules just with that superior tyre wear, probably giving JC more grip, more confidence through the corners. We got Flapjack in fourth. Ooh, his rears are looking horrible. As you can see, his car's snaking, trying to get any sort of traction down. That right rear is near enough ready for the burial. Sean behind, gutting his tyres, and he's got way more grip than Flapjack. He really needs to get past him quite quickly. Make use of his tyres. You see how Flapjack just struggling there, running a bit wide into Sean. No malice or intent there, just lack of grip. See, Flapjack's car just cannot keep the rear end in line. And there you see Sean ahead, and we're trying to keep the head down to this straight to the tight left-hander. See Flapjack looking to the inside. He's just going to struggle to slow the car down. See Sean running a bit deep. JC into the pits. Probably lose the position to Sean. Flapjack has to pit now. Yeah, in he goes. See JC has got out in front of Mr. Sean, so he's only lost a spot to Jules, who's still yet to pit. A great pit stop there from JC, giving him some clean air to get up and running with his fresh rubber. See, Flapjack has just lost a bit of time to Mr. Sean. We see Jammy jumping into the pits. Flapjack just lost a bit of time to Sean with that pit stop. Looking to make it up now. Get back onto him and resume the battle. Jason having a good run up into 6th. He'd be looking to maybe pressure Flapjack with Flapjack's cold tyres compared to Jason's up the temperature super softs. He's close enough for the slipstream. He might go for a move down this long straight. Jump on board with Jason. See him closing now into the slipstream. He's just going to pop out to the left. There's the move done. Just a bit too much speed. Flapjack dives back up the inside. Jason just in a little bit too hot there after the left-hander. As the pair of them run deep, just managed to avoid the grass and the Armco at the start of that bridge. Nearly had my opportunity for my first get off the grass, Jason. It's a well-known saying in the driver's room. I'm sure he'll give me an opportunity to say it again. Super Boss now in 7th and a nice gap by himself. As Nightmare is having another nightmare on the bridge. Let's see if we can see what happened whether he just dropped it with his tyre wet. We join him now just coming up towards the bridge. It's just, he's in way too hot. No way his tyres can take that a day wasting. Oh, and he catches the barrier just at the edge of the bridge there. The surroundings in Gran Turismo are the most strongest constructed things known to man. You hit them, you're going to pay the price. That's what happened to Nightmare. Let's jump back with the action and see how everyone else is getting on. So we're back with Lionessi out front. Just in a dreamland at the moment. Could probably have a nap at this point. Still be in the lead, having a great race. Tyre wear's not too bad. Racing super softs. Sorry, racing softs. Just that right rear takes a bit more punishment around this track than the other tyres. And behind we have Jules, who is now being caught by JC and Mr. Sean. JC will be looking to get that position back now. Lionessi has just jumped into the pits, so we'll probably see Jules do the same with his tyre wear. See, Lionessi is out and still in first as Jules and Mr. Sean jump in. That's going to release JC quite nicely. He can now see Lionessi as well, which will give him a little bit of a hope to push on. Jules comes back out in 3rd. Mr. Sean in 4th, but he has Flapjack right on his outside now. See, Jason's just gone in and changed his super softs to softs. Great move by Flapjack, just hanging it around the outside, staying strong, using the grip of his warm super softs compared to Sean's colder super softs, and made the move stick. Although he'll be vulnerable now coming up to the long straight. Sean should have the slipstream. We'll be able to get the move done. I see Flapjack running very deep there, struggling to get the car turned. Just about caught it at the end. Sean's already alongside. Sean didn't have the slipstream, so they're dead on the same pace. Sean falls back in. Try and get a little boost, but no, move's not there this time round. he's got a good run through left-hander coming up towards the bridge. We look for a switchback move onto the bridge. I see a flapjack runs very deep. Sean just misses the barrier. I actually held my breath then and tensed up in anticipation to see his Neon Knights car spinning off the bridge. So that's Sean up in the fourth. He'll be looking maybe to stretch away from Flapjack and hunt down Jules ahead. Another great recovery drive so far from Sean. Seems to be a good running theme for him. Maybe name him the comeback king. We got Jason now having a decent race in sixth. Much preferring the car this time around Saint Croix than he has in Tokyo or Alsace Village. As I said, every time I praise somebody, they have a little moment. I might stop doing it. We have Boss in seventh, Jammy in eighth. Nightmare Racer has dropped down to ninth. He has myself closing in on him. Not a great race so far for myself. Seemed to nail qualifying, but really struggling in the race. And Monroe down in 11th. See a gap down at JC now after the pit stops. 4 seconds. Oh, what happened there? Lioness is still on track, but the up there, that's better. Disappeared from the timing screen for a second there. So we've got JC 4 seconds now behind, and must be something wrong. They're not over 2 minutes back to Jules. Jason pitting again. So we're at the 21-minute mark, 22 minutes now. We have 8 minutes left. Lioness is going to be going to the end on them tires by the looks of it. JC, a little bit tire wear, but he's on the softer compound, just trying to make an impression on the back Lioness, but might have to pit again if St. Croix chews them up quick. Jules in third. Roughly the same tyre wear as JC, but he pitted later, so Jules is giving his tyres a beating. You see him go purple for that sector and then slide it into the corner. We're Sean in fourth. Lovely looking set of tyres not long after pitting, so he should be going to the end hopefully on them. Flapjack is chewing up that rear right again. Might try and push it to the end, or might dive in just for a new set before the end of the race. Jason's just after pitting, so he should be able to see it the rest of the race on them easily. We've got Boss and Super Softs a little bit away. He should be able to make them last to the end, but might want to freshen them up if he has the gap back to Jammy D. Jammy on Racing Softs should get them to the end of the race. Nightmare on Super Softs should be able to get them towards the end of the race. Self on Softs also should be able to get them to the end of the race. So just go purple in that sector. Although I think there's something wrong with the timing on this round. And Monroe, there's quite a bit of wear, might need to stop again, but might just see it out to the end now. Lioness is still relatively calm up front. Decent gap back to JC now. As I said, after lap one with the gap he had, it seemed to be in the bag, and it seems to be panning out that way now for him. JC having another great strong run up in second after the round 1 blip, round 2, and again now in round 3. Really strong drives from JC as he just set the fastest lap on the looks of it. And Mr. Sean just immediately takes it from him. Jules in third. Front tyres looking starting to look sorry for themselves. Sean breathing down his neck with much better tyres. Sean will be looking for his hat-trick of podiums. If we need to get these starts sorted out, who knows what damage he could cause leading from the front, as you see him just take Jules there. Just the extra grip on those racing super softs, let him through. Jules struggling out of that left-hander, trying to tuck into the slipstream to get him back before the bridge. Looking up the inside now, and he is through. Although he struggles to get her into the left-hander, and Sean has got tons more grip there. He's able to hold that inside line. Jules slams the door on him. Not today, buddy. Not through there. Keeps third place. So Sean in fourth. Flapjack now in a very lonely fifth. He'll probably just hang those tyres out to the end unless Boss starts catching. Boss in a back end to spread out now. Boss in a lonely sixth. Jammy just down the road in seventh. And you got myself now ahead of Nightmare, who's twitching in the background. Looks like I've broke the slipstream as well. So myself in 8th, Nightmare in 9th. Oh, Monroe just bouncing off the Armco in 10th. Oh, and he just drops it. Those tyres are starting to give up all they had now. Not much left on them. So just under 3 minutes to go. Lionessy in cruise control out front. JC looking pretty solid now for second, unless any drama happens with him. Yep, Mr. Sean pulling away from Jules now, just with that extra tyre grip he has on those super softs. Jules is front, looking very sorry for himself. Probably just settling for fourth now. Not going to see much happening, I don't think, now for the rest of the race. We have Nightmare up into 8th now. Oh, I got front damage, so it looks like I've had an incident somewhere yet again. So back down to 9th. Monroe not too far behind. See it, Lionessy now just on his final lap. Quite a big lap here at Saint Croix. JC, nice and controlled. And say another great run from JC here in round 3. Mr. Sean now going to be able to pick up his third podium. His third consecutive podium now. Great drive. Jules in fourth. Flapjack's going to pick up in 5th. Bit too much of a drift around that corner when he's got plenty of time back to boss. See, Nightmare jumping in the pits. However, he knows it's the last lap. That's gonna maybe give myself a chance. Oh, he must have been short of fuel. He's took a splash of fuel up. That's brought me right up behind him now. I just switched to the wrong guy there. I know my tires are probably not gonna let me get past him. Nightmare just sliding on the cold tires up ahead. We'll jump back to the front just as they're closing out now the final lap. Team Cadbury will be more than happy with their capture of Lionessy onto their lineup. Great controlled race, started second, took advantage from the start there with Sean's slow getaway and didn't look back, settled down at a nice pace, carried out his strategy. Game over really after lap 1. Lionessy had it all sewn up. Carries on driving like this, could be a great year for Team Cadbury. Rounds, coming up to the last corner onto start finish straight. That's it, another great drive from Lionessy. Go with his round 1 win. It's 2 wins now out of 3 for Lionessy. Bit ominous, 2 races he's competed in and 2 wins. Well done to Lionessy. JC brings it home in second. Another great drive from him. Sean with another great recovery drive into third. Jules just struggling with these tyres. You'd be glad to see the checkered flag now. He brings it home in 4th for Team Sega. Another great racing battle from Jules. See Flapjack coming home in 5th. As Boss is approaching the final corner in the second of the Pegasus cars. Just about making it on his fuel. There's Boss bringing it home in 6th. Jammy D in 7th for Team Cadbury. Bit of front damage there. But nothing to worry about. Plenty of fuel as well. Must have took some on maybe in his pit stop. That's Jammy coming home in 7th. Steve just down the road behind him there. Nightmare Racer after his splash dash pit stop in 8th. Myself slowly coming home in 9th. And Munro has already finished in 10th. Thanks very much, guys. So that's round 3 done. We'll see you next week for round 4.